Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night. Where tonight on Top Split TV, we are bringing you round 6 of season 30 of Sunday Night Lights here from Phillip Island. I'm your host, Alex McKellar, and joining me once again, as always, is the chaotic one, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, mate, 20 cars, 5,800 plus strength of field. This is going to be magnificent chaos.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. This is going to be nothing short of an absolute spectacular race. 20 drivers, as you said. Phillip Island, one of the most iconic tracks in Australia, if not the world, thanks to MotoGP and World Superbikes. This is going to definitely be one of the races for the ages. And when you have a look at the list of drivers that we have in this race, it's definitely going to provide quite a bit of action.
100%, 110%. I am looking forward to this one. Let's run through our drivers. Let's get on with it because there's going to be there's a few in here. Tim Hendrickson, fresh from his stints at the 24 Hours Daytona for Team Torpedo, starts out as car number 1. Some reason my cars are all out of order. Let's go down. Oh, Adam Miles yet to take the grid. No, he is. There he goes. He's just coming out now from UK and I. Miles Ahead Racing. He is car number 2. Sam Devantier, the Cowboy, is the leading ANZ driver in this field. Number 4, Oscar Chinchilla for Astro Racing Team. For some reason, my team names aren't cracking too well tonight. Anyway, we'll see how we go. He is from Astro Racing Team, of course, as is his teammate. There we go, Astro Racing Team's Christian Perez as car number 5 here tonight. Brett McBurney for McFlabby Racing, next ANZ driver in the field is car number 6. Dario Fattini, another one who's been around and around and around at Daytona this weekend for F Performance Motorsports. Tim Bertie back for SimRC this week as car number 8. The second torpedo in the field is Mr. Anthony, Prime Minister Jones, car number 9. Looking forward to seeing how Ant goes around. Pace to burn everywhere does Mr. Jones, the underrated member of the Team Torpedo lineup. Looking forward to him getting around. Jeff Randall was 6K earlier in the week. I'm not sure if it was for the first time. He's ducked back under that mark, Corey, but he has got plenty of pace here. Very good pace, actually. And look for him to have an impact on this one.
Oh, if the warm-up races are anything to go by, he's definitely got pace to burn. But coming up as car number 11, it's going to be Captain 499 himself, Mr. Neil Gardner, representing Oz NZ. I've got Alex Steenbruggen from Bellino as our 12th plated car. And then Vasco Sorosky, the head clown himself, as lucky number 13. And he doesn't have a shutter of clowns spotting him tonight, just the one. But sometimes that's all he needs. We have Team Milo's Luke Witten from Oz NZ in car number 14. Enzo Cantor making a return to SNL from Italy as car number 15. And he is another one who has a lot of pace to burn around here, I'll tell you what, Alex. We've got Yannick Morale from France as car number 16. Ryan Chenoweth from Oz NZ car 17. The Team Milo Bossman Russell Clark from car number 18, and the last of the Team Milo cars, Donald Sabanal from Oz NZ car 19. So many Milo cars out here tonight. And wrapping up the field for Team Clown Racing, International Man of Mystery, Mr. Mark Lay from Asia as our 20th participant in this race tonight, Alex.
Yeah, good to see a couple of clowns, some Milo drivers, but what I really like to see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ANZ drivers cracking it for a top split run in on a Sunday Night Lights where the SOF is 5,800. I'll tell you, one more driver. There's 2 splits of 20 drivers. One more driver in this field and we crack it for 14. We're probably at 6.5K. Unbelievable field here assembled. McBurney's got his first lap down on pole with a 46.7. That's moving. Chinchilla just tucked in behind him. Perez, his teammate, provisionally in 3rd. Hendrickson, again, been doing a lot of time at the Daytona circuit. He's 5th after his first time round. Birdie is, 5th. Hendrickson 4th. Cantor Now, I want to take a moment. He didn't crack the top split race at Sonoma. He's come back here this week. He's car number 15. Get that, India. That's amazing stuff here on a Sunday night, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. As Neil Gardner and Adam Miles both just completed their first laps. Neil Gardner only good enough for 15th at the moment. Adam Miles up to P9. And he had a 50 podium streak going on, Alex. And unfortunately, that just came to an end last race, the warm-up race. 7th all-time biggest podium streak in iRacing.
Yeah, unbelievable. And he'll set the world on fire if he gets it again with a streak of 1 after this one, if he manages to climb up the order. Hendrickson, speaking of climbing up the order, has pipped his chief rival at the moment, Perez. McBurney, though, splits them, sticks it on the front row there. A few times coming in now. Just trying to pick up who's coming through. I should have the right overlay up. You think I'd get it right by now? See who's coming through. Devantia. He's what I'll do is find him on the overlay. He's going to cross the line now. He's going to up his time to 4th, if you don't mind. Sorowski pips him and drops it on the second row. He's had quali woes this week, but Randall, who, like I said, he's had some pace here, drops it on the second row. Yannick Marrell moves up to 11th, and I think, no, Gardner, where is he? He has had good pace here this week. I think he might have done his 2 laps though, Corey. That might be it for Gardner. That's a shattering moment for Neil. Cracked 6K briefly for the first time this week in his I rating, although this... No, that's right. There's a funky system here. This will be a timed lap. Where does Gardner drop it? Only good for 11th. There you go, Corey. There's 20 cars on the grid. I'm going to go through them as quickly as possible. Round 6, season 30, Phillip Island, Sunday Night Lights. Team Torpedoes, Tim Hendrickson drops it on pole with a 46.5. 46.4 is the best I've seen this week, so right up there for Mr. Hendrickson, just ahead of McFlabby Racing's Brett McBurney, who joins him on the front row. Starting from P3, looking at the rear of his chief rival is Christian Perez for Astro Racing Team. Jeff Randall for UK&I. Again, we haven't even hit a 10th yet. We're still on the second row. First car over a 10th off pole is Vasco Sorowski, starting out of 5th for Team Clowns. UK&I's Adam Miles starts out of 6th, 2/10 off pole. 4th row on the grid is Sam Devantia for Speedy Snail, starting out of 7th. The Cowboys joined by Oscar Chinchilla for Astro Racing Team out of 8th. Tim Birdie for Sim RC starts out of 9th tonight, just ahead of the other torpedo in the field, Anthony Jones out of 10th. Enzo Cantor for Mivano Sim Racing starts out of 11th tonight. Just beside him out of 12th will be Captain 499 Neil Gardner. 13th off the grid. If my button... Oh, come on, button. My button. Surely my button is going to work. No. Well, I'll tell you, folks. I'll let you know because my button didn't work. Who we got? 13th off the grid, Yannick Marrell. Alex Steenbruggen starts out of 14th. Donald Sabanal out of 15th. Mark Lay out of 16th for Team Clowns. The Wildlife Warrior, Ryan Chinnerworth, starts out of 17th. 18th off the grid, Dario Fatini, just ahead of Team Bossman for Team Milo, Russell Clark. And Luke Whitten, yet to take the grid, starts from last. Can we see another heroic effort from Luke Whitten, who a couple of weeks ago started in the same position and drove it all the way through to second at Alton Park as the red lights come on. The red lights are off and we are away for the first of 14 runs through turn 1 here this evening. Corey, we're away. This is going to be epic.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. It's going to be a full throttle run into turn 1 as they're already spreading out all across the track, going 2 and 3 wide in some circumstances. It's also the sketchiest corner on cold tyres as we've got one around in the background. It's Enzo Cantor, and he makes pretty heavy contact with the wall on the right there, Alex.
Yeah, Enzo out early. That's a shame. Doesn't make for a good Enzo interview. Maybe it does make for a good Enzo interview. Of course, Enzo having won more championships than any other driver in SNL history. Great to see him back in the series. Hopefully we get to see him regularly. But tonight it'll be out the back as 2 by 2 they go. They seem to get it sorted pretty well. Look at that. Still 2x2. 19 out of the 20 cars. They're still 2x2 trying to get through. We say it often here on a Sunday night. There are 20 individual race winners here. Most races of the week. They all want to be at the front of this one and expect the fireworks to fly, Corey. Really looking for a barnstormer here tonight.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. If the warm-up races are anything to go by, we're going to see these guys stay in just a giant pack. Due to the nature of the track, it's a very fast, flowy track, and you can definitely draft to stay with everyone that's there, especially coming out of MG here, turn 10. It's full throttle all the way through till you get to turn 1, where you just slightly lift to set your car up for turn 2, Alex.
Absolutely. It's an amazing rush when you get it right. A little bit of a lift through turn 1 and hope the rear stays in touch with the rest of the car. Side by side, McBurney and Hendrickson run down into turn 1. Perez splits the difference. Oh, they're not going to go 4 wide already, surely. 3 briefly as Perez goes through the inside, takes the lead. McBurney left on the outside of turn 1, expertly navigated by all included. And here we go. Perez and Hendrickson. What's this? Version 17 of these guys going toe-to-toe as Enzo exits the pits. I see in the background and rejoins the race way back down in 20th, Corey.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Enzo. I was hoping that he was going to have a good run here, but we've got a challenge for the lead as Perez is defending from Hendrickson. He goes up on the inside of the Miller hairpin, and it looks like Hendrickson is going to lead us out of there as, it's just incredible seeing all 19 cars still just nose to tail weaving their way through one of the most scenic racetracks in all of the world.
This is what we came to expect, or we've come to expect from the skippies here at Phillip Island. Not disappointing to this point in the race. 19 cars deep, running on lap 2. Oh, Alex grabbed the right car there. That was side by side already over Lukey Heights. They've got it sorted early. Sorry about that, just kind of missed line of stern. They're going very hard to move forward in this field. As we see the positions other than Enzo down at the bottom, they're all pretty much as they started. One big draft train, a little bit of chopping and changing at the front. You expect to see him 3 wide at the front trying to get it sorted because, you know, strategically you're going to want to sit there and minimise your risk and all the rest of it. But when there's 19 cars or 18 cars behind you trying to push forward, as side by side they go, you've got to keep moving forward or you're going to get shuffled back. 2x2 they go again through turn 1 once again on the exit. Oh, Perez, can he collect it? He will. The rejoin, how is it? It's okay. His teammate lets him in nicely. That just plugs the hole there of a potential gap opening up. Perez with his work to do now. Beautifully held on to it though, Corey. That's shows you that it can be done for all of those who've gone off into the wilderness on the outside of turn 1 this week.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. Just in the warm-up race, we saw 2 of them completely miss turn 1 and end up on the straightaway on the other side of turn 2. So, you know, it's definitely one of those high-speed kind of corners where, you know, you're just inches from disaster. But that's a lot of time lost by Perez, though. And he's going to have a lot of work to do to try and make his way back up. And that's the problem with having such a big pack of cars. And it's now a pack of 18, as I can see. One has fallen off the back. But yeah, if you just make one small mistake, you could be at the back of the pack in a heartbeat, Alex.
Yeah, Luke Whitten went off track to spend 7 seconds off. Let's just go back and take a quick look. Oh, just around turn 2. Got on the grass. It's a bit like Lime Rock. Once you're on the grass on the outside of the southern loop, that's it's no man's land, and there's no grip out there. While things are still fairly chaotic, I want to go and see what happened to Enzo at the start. Let's go check it out. Enzo, oh, I don't know if he got a touch or the rear just went. The rear can go through turn 1 at the start. But that was not what he was looking for as we go into turn 1 once again. Doubles, 2x2s, get sorted into ones, into singles, and we continue. Jeff Randall taking his turn at the front. I said it, he's the dark horse for this one. He's had great pace all week here. a real standout week for Jeff Randall and gets to the front of the pack in an SNL race for the first time, Corey.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Alex. It's great to see Jeff up there. Now it's a question of how long will he stay up there. As Brett McBurney up the inside, on the outside going to Miller. This is where the big battle is going to just take place, as it's still Jeff Randall. Oh, we've got a spinner in the background. It's Yannick Morel, and it looks like Dario Frattini has been caught up in this one as well, Alex.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and have a quick squiz at that. Of course, the hairpin down here at it's always a sight for action. The 11 car just clips the 16 on the way through. That's Neil Gardner going very deep under brakes and then just clipping the 16 to Murrell on the way through. Yeah, that's they won't be enjoying that one, those at the back there. Of course, Randall now shuffle back to P2 as we come out around the final two corners at 11 and 12. And there's still two wide as they exit through there. Anthony Jones with the clown car of Vasco Sorosky on his outside. Sorosky briefly in fourth the previous lap has been shuffled back to P7. And there's almost a sniff of a breakaway here, but they're going to go three wide and snuff out any chance of that as Henderson goes up the inside of Randall and McBurney. Randall left on the outside. They get it sorted. And Adam Miles looming in the background, keen to get that streak going again. It all starts with one, Corey. That's how it's done around the outside, if you don't mind. What an exploration of the lines here. Did you see that? He opened up the southern loop, came back underneath and fell right into place behind Adam Miles. Christian Perez showing all sorts of lines work here at Phillip Island.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. Turn 2 is really one of those corners where, you know, there is multiple ways of getting through it and quickly. And I think maybe he was going to try and sneak up on the inside on the exit, but it didn't quite work out for him, as still 2x2 is Perez and Miles. And Perez finally this time gets the move made as we start heading through our snaky back section towards the hay shed. And this is a fairly single file area. I mean, you can try and sneak up beside someone like I just saw Oscar Chinchilla do in the background. But it's definitely not one of those places where you'd think an overtake would take place as we go over Lukey Heights into MG. And it's all about to start getting crazy once again, Alex, as we've only got 9 laps left to go in this race.
Yeah, Birdie switches side by side with Chinchilla to side by side with Sorosky in the space of a couple of corners. I think any corner here in this field tonight is 2x2, just for the fact that, like I said, you're either moving forward or you're moving backwards in this kind of racing here tonight. The intensity here is absolutely amazing, having done a few races. So 4 wide, here it comes for the first time tonight. 4 wide they go, 3 wide into, and then 2 wide, beautifully sorted. That's what the draft does, as Randall lets the rear of the Skippy sing through turn 1 once again as they enter the southern loop 2x2 once more. And they continue going. Adam Miles now in P5. Anthony Jones, all the big names of Sunday Night Lights creeping their way forward in turn to have their shot at the title. Running up front, Perez, unbelievable. 3 laps to go. He was nowhere. And he went on the outside of turn 1, ran off, and now he's back at the front. As you see, Chinchilla Marza has gone off track and then followed by an incident. What's happened here? Oh, he's got a touch in the rear. Is that Devantia maybe? I don't want to miscall that, but he's got a touch in the rear and gone off there, and then has to rejoin. Does so carefully, as you would expect from a driver of his caliber, Corey.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Alex. But what that's done is that has absolutely lost all the time in the world for Chinchilla. He's right down towards the back of the pack. He's going to be a non-factor in this race now, as the lead pack has shrunk quite considerably. And it's probably down to, I would say, a 9-car pack, but Neil Gardner just holding on ever so slightly to the back of this pack still.
It's amazing when you say it shrunk considerably and we still got 10 cars in the front pack. That's the racing here. With the caliber drivers here tonight. Fantastic work so far as Hendrickson pulls out from the draft. Randall looking to go make it 3 wide once again. McBurney looking for his shot at it. Nowhere to go though. Moves left, move right. Nowhere to go. Tucks in behind Perez. Randall goes the long way round. Looks to then take the inside into turn 2. Can Hendrickson ride it round the outside? Takes the extra attack angle to bring the nose around and the outside line of the southern loop. He will have, Perez up the inside on the exit. Forces it, makes it 3 wide on the run down. Will they go 3 wide into Miller this time round? Surely not 4 wide. McBurney thinks about it momentarily. Perez around the... How did they get that to work? They were kind of 2-3 wide and 3 wide and 2 wide, and they got it to work though. A little bit of brake smoke here and there, but unbelievable stuff once again from the best Skippy drivers going around, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely right, Alex. And I saw Perez drifting it through Miller. He got very unsettled on the entry, just probably through the situation of everything. And Tim Hendrickson, this has become a big advantage for him as he's hit the front and he got a little bit of an air gap going. And he's probably going to try and capitalize on that, but it's not going to last too long as the draft will bring everyone else back. And Jeff Randall absolutely impressing me here tonight, putting it all on the line and then some. So definitely hope that he can get himself a decent result out of this one, Alex.
Yeah, Randall's grown an extra leg this week and he's using it. He's pedaling the Skippy really hard here as we see it's Jones and Miles, the 2 UK and I drivers going side by side. Jones was side by side through the earlier sections, I think, with McBurney ahead as 3 wide once again is shaping up. That gap. Oh, a little bit of touch there. That was Randall and Hendrickson this time. Perez taking evasive action, gathers the car up beautifully in the setup for turn 1. One of the most hairy corners you can have. You do a minor lift, you're going nearly flat chat in 5th gear, and he still manages to keep it together and hold it with the front runners. The exit of the southern loop finds him with a good run out. He'll be in 3rd though and under attack from McBurney into the braking zone. At Miller this time round, or no, he won't be under attack. He'll be looking to attack. Pulls right up behind Hendrickson. The 2 of them go side by side by side by side. So many of these skips looking to look at that. Beautiful shots there as we see 2s and 3s all through this front pack. Gardner now well and truly back in it. Jones and McBurney side by side through Siberia once again. And this time it's Randall once again. I don't know if he's led a lap yet, Corey, but he's been up the front. And it's his first time and hopefully one of many more.
Well, he's definitely hit the very front of the pack, Alex, but he hasn't officially crossed the line in 1st yet. So hopefully he might be able to get it done this time as a lot of people, you know, in 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Oh, it's a little bit of contact into MG and we've lost Adam Miles from the pack. He's not going to be able to get that streak going again here tonight, Alex.
Nah, he rejoins there. It was Miles and McBurney, I think. Let's go take a look, see if I can get the right spot. Here we go. Comes down here. Oh, it's Miles and McBurney. One going left, one going right. Yeah, I think it's probably going to go down as a racing incident. I don't think either will have. I don't know. That one, they both look to be going left and right at the same time. And I'm not going to call that one way or the other at this point, I don't think. I want to have a closer look. Side by side they go once again up the front. Hendrickson and Randall. That's not a combination you hear too often. Oh, Sorosky now with a bent front wing, getting the wiggles on. Look like a bit of contact through turn 1 as they run through the southern loop. The clown car, the head clown getting shuffled back down to 8th now. 3 below where he started is up front. Hendrickson leads Randall from Perez and Jones. That front 4 almost with half a chance of getting away here, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. There's a little bit of contact between McBurney and Sorosky as they were going through Dillon Corner turn 1. It looked like McBurney just got a little bit sideways as the rear end stepped away from him. Side by side, though, is our leaders right now, Hendrickson and Randall. And Randall taking the advantage, using a little bit of extra momentum on the outside of that hairpin, which is definitely something that you can do around here. And he's just going to hold off Hendrickson on the way over Lukey Heights into MG, but the real race is always going to be on the exit of MG, Alex.
Yeah, that's the way. Very interesting. A lot of mind games and strategy played throughout the week on the last lap. Of course, you've got to get to the last lap in the position to take advantage of whatever strategy you have in play? Do you have the confidence to lead and in your run to the line, your run through the final sector out of MG to get to the line before the draft really kicks in? By the look of the run Hendrickson's got, Randall might be questioning that strategy, because you can do it from P1 if you get the run. P2 will always have a big advantage with the slipstream, but can they get it done before the line is the question as Jones moves left to right, searching for a way through. 2 by 2 they go. Randall around the outside of Henderson. Once again, look at Randall, the rear of the car, the grip just picking up at the right time there as he hangs on to P2. Perez now stretching his legs out in front for the first time in a little while, and that's closed the gap up as McBurney and Bertie join this front pack once again. Swarovski not out of it either. He's buried a couple deep with Devantia as the leaders once again side by side they go. Beautiful racing, folks. This is what Skip Barber is all about. These big intense packs, high quality, little touch here and there, but nothing really beyond that in this front pack as the order gets shuffled over and over and again, Corey.
No, that's exactly right, Alex. And this is a deck that's going to keep getting shuffled as the race continues. The more longer the race is, the more shuffled it becomes. But at the moment, it's Perez and Hendrickson, the old rivals, as they come across Lukey Heights. And let's see what's going to happen once they come out of MG this time, because Jeff Randall is just still sitting there in third. Very deep on the brakes was Jeff Randall that time. Closed up a little bit of that gap between himself and Hendrickson. But here comes where the draft is going to kick in. Full throttle they go through the final couple of corners, 11 and 12. And this is where we're going to see if Hendrickson has perfected his gap method here to see if he can get the good run towards the line. I don't think he would have it this time at the line, although we'll see. And no, that one would have just gone to Perez if this was the last lap. But Hendrickson up on the inside, taking advantage. Here comes Jeff Randall around the outside, side by side into turn one we go. Jeff Randall this time takes the advantage as we only got just a few laps left to go in this one, Alex. I got to know, who do you have your money on so far?
Oh, mate, racing-wise, I go Perez 9 times out of 10, honestly, depending on where he positions his car. The fact that he's already sort of had a whoops and come back and moved his way through this field successfully suggests to me that he can get it done. 3 wide for the minor places into Miller this time round, and Randall really cutting his teeth here tonight at the front of the pack of an SNL, one of the biggest races of all time. This has got to go in the top 3 strength of fields in history, and the pressure is incredible on these guys, particularly in the front pack. If I look through my telemetry, there are more overtakes here than I think we've seen all season. Trying to find which one's which would be a nightmare, folks, so don't ask me to. But here we go. Hendrickson pulls tight underneath, looks for a potential opportunity over Lukey Heights on Randall. Nothing there. But you're right, Corey. Last time round, whilst the previous lap, Hendrickson had got the run to the line on Randall, he didn't have his own way with Perez, and that talks to the different styles and approaches through the final corner. And that whole strategy thing I was mentioning before, can they get it done? Again, Perez opens up enough of a gap on the exit of MG to get the run to the line. And I guarantee you Randall will not have him at the line this time round either. Confident leading from the front will be one Perez. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Corey, I don't know. I think he had it, but look at this. He gets swamped. 3 wide they go briefly. McBurney backs out, and up underneath comes the 8 of Tim Birdie. Fantastic driving. Amazing skills from these guys on display. And Randall, the constant here around the outside of the southern loop this time. Birdie getting very nosy there, trying to move forward in the closing stages. We've got 2.5 to go, Corey. I'll return serve, mate. Who's your money on?
Oh, well, I'm going to have to go for a dark horse this one. I'm going to go for Tim Birdie, actually. He's back in 5th at the moment, but he is showing quite a bit of pace right now. And I can tell you for sure and certain that Jeff Randall has officially led a lap here in SNL. He was the first one to the line that time, and he did it from the 3rd position, Alex. So that just goes to show you don't need to necessarily be in 2nd, because if you can get enough of a draft from 3rd, you're just in with a shot.
Yeah, there you have it. Big call there. Whether Birdie can get forward, though, is the question that remains as they come through Hayshed up over Lukey Heights for the tail end of lap 12. There'll be 2 to go when they cross the line. 3 wide in the background briefly. You can see those cars fan out and then try to get line astern once again. Gardner moving forward now, sitting in P7, up 5 positions, showing the benefit of his pace here this week. Look at the wide line Perez takes. He'll come underneath and look to time his run to the line, rehearsing perhaps what's in front of him for the next or the last lap. Indeed, these two potentially half a chance here of getting away is behind. Look at them all coming. They're all licking their lips trying to get up forward. Randall comes on the inside. We've seen him around the outside so many times already tonight. How does he handle the inside? He runs McBurney off. Those two are gone. They're out of contention. No chance. Oh, the rejoin. You've got to be kidding me. Wow, I'm going to take another look at that. That's not going to be pretty. Here we go. Randall coming back on. Don't tell me it's Jones. Don't tell me it's Jones. It's Jones. Minding his own business. It's always Anthony Jones. Can't believe it. He's dead set the unluckiest driver in the Skip Barber category. I can't believe that. Unbelievable stuff. Oh, Randall. I think he just lost about 12 Christmas cards, 13 maybe out of that one, but he was going so strong. Anyway, we're back up in live pictures now. Perez leading from Hendrickson, and the dark horse now becomes Tim Bertie, who survived that chaos. Corey, we're both still in it, mate. You're on Bertie. I'm back in Perez. Get the whips out. Let's see how we go.
Oh, I'm still on a little bit of shock from what happened from turn 1. I can't believe that happened. Oh, wow. But Tim Bertie, as you said, still surviving, so my dark horse pick is definitely still there. I was either going to pick him or I was going to go for McBurney, honestly. But yeah, Tim Bertie, he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder from the last race, the warm-up race, where he was one who speared off turn 1 and made it to the other straightaway behind it. So he's got something to prove in this one. And he's still sitting in the 3rd position as it's now white flag, last lap, last chance to win it or wear it. And up the inside of both of them goes Tim Bertie. He's going to have the advantage as we go through Doohan Corner this time, Alex. But it's all going to be for him to try and play for throughout the rest of this lap.
That's the way. Now, where do you want to be? You got one corner to decide where you want to position your car, maybe 2. Down at Miller and then through Siberia to sort yourselves. Do you want to be first? Do you want to be second? Do you want to be third? Who's doing what this time round? The pressure, not what you might expect from Perez. Hendrickson runs him a bit wide, making that Skippy very wide. Now Bertie defends up the inside. He wants to lead. Perez comes out underneath. Will be on the outside of Siberia this time round. No, Linus Stern happy with 3rd. Thinks he can get the run from 3rd, or perhaps he wants to challenge through Lukey Heights down into MG. Who knows? We will see very, very soon as this one rounds out one of the best ones we've seen in a while. And Bertie leading them. Hendrickson, tight, hot pursuit. Perez putting no pressure through Lukey. I thought he might come over the top and put pressure. Will Hendrickson fan out? He does. Defends from Perez behind. Perez forces him to go too wide. Are they compromised? Bertie gets a good drive. Bertie gets the clean drive out. A little bit of a gap. Bertie the man to beat. Here we go. Hendrickson with the toe. Perez similarly with a no. Oh, is it enough? Will the dark horse get it? No, I don't think he will. Perez will come underneath. Will Hendrickson cut him off? Hendrickson to go the long way. Easy boxed in. Perez will go up the inside. Side by side by side. Who's got it? Perez. Perez will get it, I think. Yes, Perez gets it there. Amazing stuff. 3 wide. Hendrickson and Bertie comes in 3rd. What did you make of that? Mate, I wish I'd had a Mozza on it. I don't know if I would have bet on it though, but fantastic drive there in the end from Perez, who gets it done, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. As I said, you could be in 3rd and still win this race. Margin of victory, 0.014 of a second. The top 3, Alex, separated by 0.052 of a second. Absolutely nothing in this race whatsoever.
Yeah, that's how it's been all week. Honestly, there's been some 4-digit margins in the thousands, 10,000s even this week with those sorts of runs to the line to be expected. Really, the guy from third there, I was not expecting Perez to be able to do it from there, honestly. But he did get it done, and fantastic there. I want to see if I can get the run to the line. Oh, hang on, we might want here, and then go on board. Bit of this one. This is what it looks like on board. You can see inching his way forward. Birdie getting swallowed between the two of them, and Perez just getting it done on the line about now. That's what was it? 5/100ths of a second looks like from side on there. Fantastic stuff by our drivers here tonight. Now I'm going to hope my stuff actually works and I can get a look at the at the race results here and the buttons actually work for me. Oh, I don't need any buttons. It's all good. It's all in one page. Christian Perez is your winner tonight by 14 1,000ths, just 1.5 100ths on the line. We saw what that margin looked like. It was pretty tight. The Astro Racing team takes it out. Fantastic work from Mr. Perez. He won the draft lottery in the end, but he had to be there at the end, and that's the main thing. Tim Hendrickson, his chief rival for Team Torpedo, outpointed this week by the finest of margins, and he finishes second. Tim Bertie, bursting back into SNL form, manages to navigate his way. What did he come up? About 6 positions, I think he did in the end, and managed to avoid the chaos that ensued right at the end and lead them through the final corner, just getting pipped again within a tenth of an SNL win. Fantastic drive from Tim Bertie. Sam Devantia, the Speedy Snails driver, the cowboy, managed to pick up the pieces and led a slew of ANZ drivers from here, finishing in fourth, just ahead of the head clown in Vasco Swarovski, who finished fifth. McFlabby Racing's Brett McBurney in sixth. Team Milo's Donald Sabino with a great result. I'm not sure he's had much better on a Sunday night. He's finished in seventh, just ahead of Goose Juice Racing's Wildlife Warrior, Ryan Chenoweth, who joins us tonight after the late call-up to go catch a venomous snake earlier in the night. He said, if I'm not here, I've been bitten by a snake. Well, he was here and he's finished eighth. Team Boss Man for Team Milo, Russell Clark the third, finishes in ninth. Oscar Chinchilla recovered his race to finish in 10th. Adam Miles from Miles Head Racing does not start a new podium streak. He, in fact, finishes down in P11. Mark Leif, Team Clowns, inside the SNL points in the top split in a 5,800 strength of field. He moves up 4 positions, gains a bit of I rating along the way as car number 20 and finishes 12th. 13th tonight, Dario Frattini for F Performance Motorsports on the back of his 24-hour race, finishes 13th. Luke Whitten, the other Team Milo driver in the field, down there in 14th after his outside of turn 2 excursion there around the beautiful scenic Southern Loop. Neil Gardner, Captain 499, got taken out in that incident with Jeff Randall in the closing stages. Unfortunately for Neil, who was on for a good result, he finishes down in 15th. Jeff Randall, who had so much promise, just tried to hang on a bit too much and it all came unstuck. I imagine he's got some apologies that he's already started handing out. He's down there in 16th, just ahead of Team Ivano's Sim Racing team, I should say, Enzo Cantor, who went off at turn 1. I'm not sure if he had help. It looked like the rear went. I'm just not sure if it had any help. He's down there in 18th, ahead of Yannick, 17th, I should say, ahead of Yannick Maral in 18th. And I do have to push a button, and it works. Team Torpedo, the unluckiest man. I think, Ant, I want to see the unluckiest man in Skip Barber's in your livery, please. Somewhere, or maybe not the luckiest man. I want to turn that around. Ant Jones, he finishes down in 19th, just ahead of Alex Steenbruggen for Team Baracus in 20th position. Corey, that's how they finished. Very exciting and very typical of the racing here this week here at Phillip Island. Like it all, though, that it certainly is a wild ride here.
Oh, absolutely, Alex, and it definitely turned up the intensity to 11 as the racing action start to finish, especially in the front half of the field, was just absolutely amazing. Swapping positions every single lap, a couple of mistakes, and it led into really big mistakes for some. But Tim Birdie, what a comeback! P3, incredible drive from him. I'm glad that I picked him as my dark horse because he might not have won, but he got himself a podium. And what representation from the AusNZ club in just the top 10 alone. I'm just having a quick look through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the top 10 were AusNZ drivers. So congratulations to all those guys who made it into the top 10, making the AusNZ club look really good right now.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Really pleased to see that because, originally this was built, this event on a Sunday, or it was a Monday night originally, was built to build participation and interest in the series for the ANZ club. We've gone on to make it a focal point of the category, and we've had a bit of trouble with all the influx of the overseas drivers, most of them European, who have added such quality and fervour to the racing here that it's lifted the standard across the board. It's great to see the ANZ club coming along with it. Now we've got, as you say, 6 of the top 10 drivers in the third highest strength of field in history. So that says a lot for the club and what's going on. Now, we've got a couple of interviews. We'll start with the cowboy. I think I got the right music this time. We'll bring the cowboy in. Here he is. He's on his steel horse, and he's finished in P4. Sam, mate, there was the chaos we've come to expect. You managed to pick your way through it. Finished with the top 5, mate. Not a bad night out.
Keyword stupidity.
Oh, come on, mate.
No, I don't get why people want to fight so hard. It's common sense, and it was going to be a great race until people got taken out with the Brett Netco, whatever it's called. Vasco was telling me in the waiting green room. He told me that, I can't remember. Like, I don't want people to fight so hard. I just don't get it. And yeah, but I won't. I had no post, so yeah. But P4, ANZ's from P4 to what? What? I can't remember now. Honestly,
10.
I've forgotten.
10.
Yeah, P10. ANZ's, yeah, everywhere. But no, I had strong pressure in the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Look, it was exciting there at different places for different reasons. Folks just pushing the absolute limit, and sometimes that comes off, sometimes it doesn't. But really, this is really stretching the boundaries of what the skippies can do, and we saw the good, the bad, and the ugly, and dare I say the exceptional at times as well. But mate, congratulations. Fantastic steer there tonight to navigate through all of that and come out with a healthy result there. A lot of I rating there at your level, mate. 41's not easy to pick up. So congratulations again, mate, and hopefully bigger and better things to come. Anyone you'd like to say good day to or thank before we let you go?
All the competitors, obviously. I got to give shout out to Neil. I thought he's going to win tonight. He had pace all week and 2 races. He got screwed, so yeah. Neil, I wish he would have got this for tonight, so yeah.
Yeah, he did do well this week. Had a good bit of pace. Happy to sort of rub elbows and bang elbows and wheels and that with people, which is sometimes what you got to do. He was almost as he got caught up in the same one as Ant Jones, unfortunately. But well, mate, there's always next week, and that's 2 weeks in a row actually. There's that, so his luck's got to turn around sometime. But anyway, mate, great to talk to you, and look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yeah, see you guys.
Corey, that was the Cowboy, Sam Devantier. He, look, I got to tell you, I thought he'd be happy with a P4 after all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and in the whole scheme of the Speedy Snails versus Clowns versus Milo, he's come out on top in that battle. So, it is what it is, unfortunately for him. But, P4 in, what was such an incredible race. And, it's just amazing to see him up there leading the AusNZ charge, and behind him 5 other equally good AusNZ drivers. There's nothing to sneeze at there. These guys absolutely put it all out there. And I just noticed while you were having a chat with Sam there, Russell Clark went plus 10 for the race, started 19th and finished in 9th.
That's a top drive. That's the biggest mover and shaker in the field for sure. That's well done to Russell Clark. He's picked his way through the field. Navigated up 10. That's half the field. stellar drive from the Team Milo boss man on the tail end of that, what do we call it, the six-pack of ANZ drivers in the top 10. All right, and apologies to Sam, I didn't have you on camera while I was talking to you. I don't know what happened. That's we need to get some professionals in here. Now, we'll move on to the head clown himself, who had more ups and downs than the yo-yo in his clown pocket here tonight, but he's finished in the top 5, mate. Come on, 67 I rating. Car number 13 in the top 5, right in the top end of the ANZ crew there in the top 10, mate. Well done. Strong performance.
Evening, guys. Yeah, I was thought there was going to be a big lineup to get in here. I wasn't quite ready for this. Yeah, interesting race. Obviously, like everyone, you wanted to finish a bit higher than where you were, but I gave Tim the slightest of taps going into the hairpin after Lukey, and bent my front wing. That's small, and it was enough to start losing everyone in draft.
Yeah.
So it was just struggle street and trying from there, and then I guess Under's theory is a legitimate overtake. So yeah, it must be these days. And yeah, but look, I'm quite okay with where we ended up with, considering everything else. I wasn't expecting the world here today, but yeah, good battles up front, mate. Geez, there's some car control in some of those guys. They're just running so close and keeping their lines. It's amazing, it really is. And yeah, it was just unlucky to a lot of people as well. As it was. I think, I don't know, from your broadcast stuff, you might have had it all happening in that one. So yeah.
Yeah, mate. Look, I agree with you. Some of the control of the guys. I mean, looking at the attitude of the car when they're on the outside of the southern loop, and you can just see them making adjustments so the nose points a bit harder, and they keep their line and their position at the same time and get the drive out. Look, you're right. There's this little nuance that you see at the top end of town, which should be inspiring those who run the category to think about these little things that they can do to improve. And just, yeah, it's great to see, mate. And it's great to see people turning up and supporting this series and the category and the race in particular, and showing what these cars are all about. Much like yourself, mate. Strong performance, top 5 finish in an unlikely one perhaps in your own mind, but certainly those of us around to know you've got some confidence in you, mate, and we can see you moving forward again. So congratulations. Yeah, that's all right, mate.
Look, I'll throw in that we did the last 4 laps with no sound, and I reckon I drove better when I can't hear anything.
Yeah, right. Because you hear the boys in the background as well?
No, Discord was going, but I had no engine sound at all, no game sound, and it was a very different feeling, I can promise you. So, yeah, maybe concentration went up a bit, but yeah, Sam was always going to get me at the end. The car had no pace at all, which I'm a little bit annoyed about, because you always want to be up the front. But anyway, next time, live and learn, keep going, keep trying. One day, just one day. That's all I'm going to say. One day.
One day,
thank
mate.
you.
Very good.
Thank you, guys, for everything you're doing. Well done to all the boys that were racing out there tonight, and congrats to the podium, mate. Did awesome.
Beautiful. Thanks, Vasco, mate. Talk soon.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Corey Vasco-Swarovski, the head clown. Look, he was in it, and he was right on it. And we're looking at the early stages of the race. He's running in the top 5, and that's where he finished. So well done to Vasco, top drive.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And it's great to see Vasco back after he had a couple of weeks off. And, he's definitely got some renewed vigor about him. He's back to his old happy, smiley self, and that's always a good thing after he had such a terrible run last season. So it's definitely going to be bigger and better things ahead for him. And, he's always going to be on the up and up. He's one of those guys who has just absolutely fought his way through the lower splits to make it to top split, and now that he's here, he has been a mainstay, and we've been all the better for it, especially when he comes in for an interview. Always comes in with a smile on his face, always as happy as Larry, and it's great to have him in here for a chat.
100%. Maybe not always happy, but
Most of the time.
Most of the time, I agree with you. We're all happy he's here anyway. All right, now we've actually got our race winner here, who joins us, Mr. Christian Perez, mate. I backed you in.
Hello.
I backed you in. I said, he's going to get this one. We had our little conversation in the middle. We said, who you got? I said, I got Christian. I said, and then you had me worried. You had me worried, Christian. You were in third coming out. But tell me, did it go to plan?
Yeah, I think so. I was not very I did this week was all of Daytona. We had a national championship in Spain, and it was a little bit off. But yeah, it was crazy race. I always hear. Phillip Island and the Skip it is a great combo. When everyone wants to be first, is this always the great race? And yeah,
Yeah,
we it is a racecraft race, so it all depends on your racecraft.
yeah, I agree, mate. That when the pace is evened out because of the draft, it's all about where you position your car,
Yeah.
when to be patient, when to be moved forward. I tell you, your teammate Oscar, he has a brilliant mind for these kind of races. He got a bit unlucky tonight, but I've watched some of his racing this week, and he just knows when to move forward and find himself at the front. And he's found a lot of wins here this week. I can see it runs in the team, mate. You did the same here tonight. You got through the argy-bargy in there. You had your adventures off track. I was really impressed to see you come back and re-enter the track after going off at turn one. I think you might have had, there was a beautiful gap to fall into. Oscar left you some
He
room
helped
as
me,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oscar helped me. Yeah,
Yeah.
helped me.
And then, mate, 2 laps later, you're back up the front. So, I agree with you. This is a different kind of test here where you got to test your racecraft as well as your speed.
Yeah.
And, the 3 people at the front at the end there really shine out. And yourself, mate, congratulations on another win. Well done. Now, is there anyone you'd like to say g'day to or thank while you're here?
Well, to Oscar, because he had very bad luck this race. He won the warm up,
Yes.
but yeah, he won. But yeah, this one he had a little bit of bad luck, and that's it.
Beautiful. All right, Christian, mate, congratulations. The racing was beautiful up front tonight, and congratulations on a fantastic win. I hope we get to talk to you again soon.
Okay, ciao, ciao, Alex and Corey.
Yeah, Corey, Christian Perez, fantastic drive here tonight. The rivalry continues too. You can't really separate the two of them, can you? The orange and blue and the purple and white, they're always together. But can I tell you, they seem to have, if not called a truce or if not buried the hatches, called a truce and let the racing speak for itself. I didn't pick up, although there was a lot to see tonight, I didn't pick up any sort of, argy-bargy or any sort of ducks and drakes going on. I think they just left it all out on the track, and I think we were better for it.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. They definitely showed tonight that they've, if not put everything behind them, just decided to play nicely on the track, and we were definitely the better for it because the racing action that they put on here tonight was just absolutely standalone, just amazing, and the fact that he went from third to first on that final straight to seal the win was just incredible to watch. I thought it was going to be touch and go because of the that little bit of the lead that Tim Birdie had over both of them. But this just goes to show us why those guys are the absolute top of the barrel as far as what we've got right now, and the racing action that they put on it is just second to none.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Couldn't agree more. Now, got a special guest here. We've seen many of the clowns here, but we have not seen this one. I'm going to find the other clown in the race. We've heard from Vasco. I'm going to stick Mark Lay, the other clown in the race, on the field while we talk to Mr. Justin Watt, who, of course, those of you who won't know him, he does the dirt ovals in real life, so knows how to steer and a bit of car control in there, mate. You're in the second split. How did that play out for you?
Well, we finally got a win.
There we go.
So the Clowns got a win tonight. Vasco obviously did well in getting his P5, so well done to him and the team. Mark did well as well. But yeah, second split, man, that was chaos. It was, whether it was top split or second split, the tow, the battles, the racecraft, it was all happening tonight, wasn't it?
Absolutely, mate. And but was it fun? Winning's fun. Was the intensity there? The intensity there, the battling, the positioning. Tell us how they run to the line. How did it look?
Well, I reckon there would have been half a wheel. It was, I was in the lead and I led for most of the last part of the race, and the guys obviously got a good run off the last corner with the tow, and I don't know, I must have got a good corner out of MG, and the rest is history. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Beautiful. Beautiful, mate. Congratulations on the win. Great to see you back in the cars, mate. I hope there's a few more of those ahead of you, and who knows, with a few more wins, we might get you in the top split again soon, which would be fantastic, mate. 3 clown cars. What more could you ask for? Beautiful stuff.
I know.
All right, mate. While you're here, anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Oh, just the teammates. Just, Vass, obviously, for getting me up to pace so quickly. He's a good man. Mark, Dougie, Martin for all his work behind the scenes. Gregory, when he comes back as well. Just the whole, the crew, the team of guys, man. It's fantastic to be a part of,
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Those of you who don't know Martin as well, he's in the background doing all the hard yards technically. He's put out some great apps. Go check out, what's his name? The big streamer over in Europe. He put on a great video. Corey, do you know who I mean?
Dan Suzuki.
Dan Suzuki, thank you. Beautiful, Justin. Dan Suzuki put out a great video on the tools that Martin has set up, both for managing your config files and your video and everything in iRacing. It's a great little tool there to use. IR Sidekick is the name of it. And go check it out. Dan does a great video explaining it all, and Martin's done some fantastic work for the community in building that tool. So the clowns, mate, they do a lot for us on the track and off, and it's great to see. But thank you again for joining us, Justin. Congratulations on the win, mate. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks, gents.
There you go, Corey. Justin Watt there, the other clown representing in the second split with a victory. Not a bad night out.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And a man after my own heart with his Dirt Oval experience as well. I think from memory, he runs the wingless sprint cars in real life, which is one of those real kind of all-out kind of divisions, because if you're crashing one of them, you're going to definitely be feeling it the next day. But here's another one that went out there tonight with a point to prove after also sending it off turn 1 in the warm-up race. So glad to hear that he fought back and got a pretty convincing win by the sound of it, by half a tyre. And, it won't be too long at all before we see him in the top split as well, because under the tutelage of the other clowns and the tools that they have at their disposal, he's definitely going to be one of those ones who's just going to start climbing the I rating very quickly.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Look, it is a strong performance, whatever the margin. If you lead out of the final corner and you take the win, it's a top effort. All right, folks. Speaking of good nights out, that might do us. Thank you for joining us, though. Corey, do you want to let everyone know at home what you got coming up this week?
So this week on Wednesday, there'll be a little bit of stuffing around with the Output Racing guys. We're doing our winter series still, because it's winter in America, where we're running the 87 stock cars around some of the old school kind of tracks, trying to go for like an old school kind of vibe for that season. We've got 2 races coming up on the Wednesday. On the Friday, it'll be the Night Owl Racing League. I don't know where we're at for that one. I actually forgot to check. You might see me do a couple of streams throughout the week. And then next week, it's back here with you, Alex, as we take on the Watkins Glen, the boot configuration.
Yeah, mate, looking forward to that. All I had to do, and Adam Miles, if you're listening, don't ever stick the bus stop in Watkins. It just, I don't know. I know it's one of the hallmarks of that track, but honestly, if you're looking for chaos, that's where you'll find it. Anyway, all right, that'll do us, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. Of course, as always, go check out the replay of this race and all the other 30 seasons of MNL and SNL at the Top Split YouTube channel. Give us a like, a thumbs up, a subscribe. It helps us a lot. Chuck in a comment, get the algorithms going. It would really help us. Top Split TV on Twitch, of course, is where you find us each and every Sunday night, where we are dead set bringing you the best Skippy action on the planet, the best racing on the planet. Let's face it, on iRacing, you do not find anything better anywhere. The Discord community is where you'll find all things SNL, and when Alex does get time and get around to it, he will even update the points for this season. Although Frattini, I didn't think he turned up. He was leading before tonight, but he couldn't back up. Oh, he did, actually. He finished down 13th out of the points, so that'll hurt his championship, although drop rounds come into play pretty soon. All right, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations to the drivers who once again put on a fantastic show. Thank you to the community for giving us the support that they do, both on the track and off, because as we say, we do this for the community and it's by the community, and that's how we like it. All right, folks, thanks for joining us, and until next time, and on behalf of the chaotic one, Mr. Corey Steinhauser, I'm Alex McKellar, and until next time, ciao for now.